The Wellness Wednesday tip today is all about this idea of shifting our habits. So hello everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Bree Harrington and I'm the founder of Seek United. And the goal of this workshop series is really to help you create a daily stress resiliency toolkit that will help you show up better for you, for your family and friends, for your colleagues, and your community. So today's workshop will be in 3 parts. First, we'll have a quick Wellness Wednesday tip. Then we'll move into a seated yoga. And then finally, we'll end with the second in our loving kindness meditation series. So the Wellness Wednesday tip today is all about this idea of shifting our habits. So often when we are trying to change a habit or include a new stress resiliency tool like a seated yoga or a meditation practice, the issue is not that we don't know that it's important or helpful, but that we just don't make time for it. And so one of the best ways to get a new habit to stick is to attach it to something that you're already doing on a regular basis. So if you eat lunch on a regular basis, you know, okay, I can decide right now that I'm going to put my practice before or after I eat lunch. Let's say you brush your teeth every morning. Maybe that's where you want to attach this practice. So I just want you to give a moment to think of something that you do every day already. And then I want you to type in the chat what you're doing every day and whether you're going to do your yoga meditation practice before or after that. So I'll give you just a couple minutes to throw that in the chat. And it might be fun on your calls with people to see and check in and have some accountability with your colleagues. Because it turns out research shows that having your accountability buddy be your partner doesn't work. They are much more likely to let you off the hook. Great, I see some great ones coming in. I love the contacts. Perfect. This is exactly what we're looking for. Okay, so keep that in mind, that the best way to shift any habit is to connect it to something that you're already doing. So now we're going to move into a seated yoga practice. And what I love about this workshop is that we're building new postures every week. And so by the end, you'll actually have a whole series that you can go through. So if you remember, when we're doing a seated yoga practice, what's really important is our posture. So we want to be seated at the edge of our chair. We want to sit with our core engaged because this really helps to protect our spine. And we want our shoulders rolled back. So a good way to get to that position, instead of just like forcing them back, is to bring your shoulders up to your ears, squeeze really, really, really tight, and then roll them down your spine. This is also just a good way to kind of relax your shoulders. I know that when I get tense, my shoulders like start to creep up to my ears. So we'll bring our shoulders up to our ears again, squeeze really, really tight, and then roll and relax down. Now just check in what's happened with your core. Are you still engaged? Is your spine straight, almost like there's a string from the base of your spine to the top of your head? This is a lot different than how we usually sit at our computers, and so it can feel a little awkward, but you shouldn't be in pain as you're doing any of these movements. So it doesn't have to be so rigid, but just energetically like aware. So we'll do this one more time, bringing our shoulders up to our ears, squeezing really, really tight, and then relax them down your spine. So in our previous classes, we've started with some arm exercises, and we will get to those. But today I want to introduce you to just a light neck stretch. So you've probably seen people like rolling their necks all around. There's a lot of research that says that isn't really great for our necks. And so we want to have a really controlled movement. So we're going to drop our chin to our chest. And then we're going to pretend like we have a marker at the tip of our chin that we're going to draw a line up to our left shoulder. And just notice what that feels like in your body. Again, we don't want to move into any sort of pain. So if you're in pain, just back off a little bit. And then we're going to drop our chin back to the center of our chest. It's also really helpful to move this with your breath. So our chin is at our chest. You're going to exhale all your air. And then you're going to inhale, bringing that pencil or pen up to your right shoulder. And then again, dropping down on your exhale. And then lifting your gaze, looking straight ahead. And now we're going to do the same thing, but just shifting left and right. So we'll exhale our air and we'll inhale, turn to the left. Take a deep breath and exhale, just holding that position and just noticing what that motion feels like in your body. Come back to center, exhaling all that air, and then inhale to the right. Hold for a breath, noticing what that feels like in your body, and then coming back to center. Our hands will now come to our sides, and on inhale, we'll reach up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, come to a goalpost position. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, arms come down to the side. Again, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, arms come to a goalpost position. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms come down to your side. Again, really noticing if your core is engaged, hands reach up. Inhale, exhale to the goalpost position. Inhale, reach up. Now listen, we're grabbing our left wrist and we're going to start to tilt to the right side. Inhale, back to center. Switch the wrist. Exhale, shifting to the left. Again, really making sure that core is engaged and that we're moving on one plane, and then inhale back to center. We're going to do this one more time on each side, so switch the wrists. So exhale to the right, inhale back to center, switch those wrists, and then exhale to the left. Shake out those arms. I want to show you another posture that's a little bit new. So that you can build your practice with all of those videos. So again, we're sitting on the edge of our chair. Our core is engaged. This is really important. And now we're going to cross our right knee over our left, just like you're crossing your legs. Again, all bodies are different, and there is no like right or wrong way for how this should look. So just be gentle with yourself if you feel any judgments coming on. We're going to flex our foot towards our shin, and then we're going to move into what's like a letter 4. Can you guys see that? You can kind of see on my video. So the goal is that by having our foot flexed, we're protecting our knee, and this is really important because this can have make a lot of stretch in our hip and our thigh. And again, if we are feeling any pain, what you can do is just shift so that your shin is more on top of your other knee. Okay? If that feels good and you're still sitting up strong, just stay there and notice your breath for a couple of inhales and exhales. If you're looking for a deeper stretch, what you can do is you can take your hands and avoiding your knee, so just above your knee on your lower thigh, you can apply just a little bit of pressure. And then just notice what it feels like to stretch those muscles. Again, part of the meditation practice is being really with each posture. So if you notice your mind is thinking about something else, really try to bring it back and feel what's happening in your body right now. We'll bring the leg crossing back over the left, and then feet hip-width distance apart, firmly planted on the ground. Take a note of what that feels like, and now we'll do the other side. So left leg crosses over the right, our foot flexes towards our shin, and then we bring it up into that 4 position. Again, one side might feel different than the other. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you. You're doing it great. If you feel like this is enough, stay there. If you need a little bit more of a stretch, again, you can apply just a little bit of pressure to that thigh, again, really avoiding the knee. And then just take a couple moments to notice what that feels like. All right, cross the left over the right, and then bring your feet back to hip-width distance apart. So we're already ready in our posture for our loving kindness meditation. If you want to, you can pull up that PDF so that you have it on the screen. Otherwise, I will guide you through the practice. So for those of you who are maybe joining for the first time, a loving kindness meditation is very similar to other meditations in that it uses an anchor to help train our brains to become more focused and aware of that. So the whole point of the practice is to notice when we're not paying attention. So the point of the practice is when we notice we're not paying attention, and that we gently bring our attention back to whatever that anchor is. And in a loving kindness practice, that anchor is a series of phrases or mantras. So come to the edge of your chair. Our posture can be a lot more relaxed than in the yoga practice because we're not doing any movements and we want to be comfortable. If it feels good to you, you can close your eyes or not. And if you keep them open, just soften your gaze about 3 feet in front of you. Take a couple deep breaths and just notice what it feels like to sit. And when you're ready, you can start to silently repeat the phrases, "May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease." And the goal here is to be completely with each thought as you say it. So it's like gift giving. So as you say the words, "May I be safe. May I be happy, healthy. May I live with ease," you're really gathering your full attention behind each phrase. And if thoughts come up about why you should be the recipient of these good things, remember that in order to serve others, we first have to serve ourselves, because we can't serve from that proverbial empty punch bowl. And now we're going to add on to the practice. And I want you to think of what's called a benefactor. So somebody who makes you happy, somebody who has maybe picked you up when you've fallen down, literally or figuratively. It might be somebody who just makes you happy. So it could be a puppy or a little toddler. Anybody who has made your life better. Get an image of them in your head. And then start to silently repeat the phrases, offering them the same phrases you offered yourself. So, may you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. And again, the point of this practice is to be really fully with each one of those phrases. So if you notice your mind is wandering, don't worry about it. Just gently bring your attention back. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and become aware of the space around you. So great work, everybody. I love this practice because it is something that seems so simple, but the effects are not only scientifically researched to really help us grow compassion for ourselves and others, but I can tell you that in my own practice, I see it all the time. But thank you so much for showing up for yourself today. And like I said, I'm going to try and say every week, it's not the things that we do once in a while that matter. It's the things that we do every day. So I hope you have a great day. And thanks again for joining me. I really appreciate it. Bye, everybody.